Hello, I'm Teacher Jeremy. I come from Michigan, one of the 50 states in the United States of America. I have a 120-hour TEFL certificate, a bachelor's degree in psychology and philosophy, and a doctorate degree in law. I cannot practice law here in Southeast Asia, so when I got married, I began teaching English. I have taught English since 2013. Before I began teaching English, I taught CPR and first aid for the Red Cross, tutored psychology in university, tutored in law school, and taught traditional Japanese martial arts. But that was a long time ago. Besides English, I have also taught mathematics for students from grades 7 through 12, or secondary 1 through 3. I also teach Western-style cooking and bring in as much science as possible into those classes, which could range from the biology of proteins that make a custard to the chemistry that makes a cake rise and grow in the oven. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I even taught my daughters to play piano, even though I had never had a piano lesson myself. Even though I had never taken a piano lesson myself. I knew how to read music, but I had to teach myself music theory in order to teach them. My teaching method. As a teacher, I began using the traditional grammar method that my teachers used with me. But I found that it didn't work very well and often left students confused. So I had to brush aside the old ideas I had been taught. Law school taught me how to do research. So I began researching and reading the science of linguistics in education. This led me to a better understanding of education and better ways to teach. And eventually, let's see. And eventually led me to the comprehensible input method. This method focuses on natural communication, keeping the teacher's language comprehensible or understandable for the student, and keeping anxiety or stress low. If I detect confusion, I back up, help the student comprehend, and then continue with the lesson. Students often lose focus and stop paying attention when confused, so a side benefit of this is that it helps with classroom management by keeping students engaged. In practice, this approach looks like constant communication and more like a game than a standard English lesson. I think that just listening to me talk is boring, and I don't want to make you bored. So I designed this video to help demonstrate some techniques that I use when teaching. Instead of just sitting in front of a camera and talking, I have been using pictures and animation to communicate to you. In class, I also use gestures and sign language to convey meaning to students, which helps them to speak. I also select pictures, stories, and songs that allow students to connect with the language. This creates an additional form of comprehensible input that comprehensible input that I spoke about earlier. You can probably already guess the sentence being made with these gestures. And I have regularly seen how it helps students to learn better and faster. So thank you for taking the time to watch my introduction. If you would like a dynamic, flexible, and caring teacher to join your team of educators, then I look forward to hearing from you soon. You can contact me through the points of contact available on my CV, or you can leave a message on this video. Thank you.